Percy Bysshe Shelley, born August 4th, 1792, in Sussex, England. He came from an aristocratic family. His father, Sir Timothy Shelley, was a wealthy landowner and member of Parliament. Growing up, he had a strained relationship with his father due to differing views. Percy had several siblings, including an older brother, John, who died early, and a younger sister, Elizabeth. At age 10, Shelley was sent to Sion House Academy, where he was bullied for his sensitive nature and love of reading. He later attended Eton College, where he was a brilliant student, but also faced bullying due to his eccentricities and unpopular opinions. From a young age, he showed a keen intellect and a rebellious spirit. He was sent to Eton College at age 12, where he excelled academically but struggled socially due to his eccentric nature and progressive views. Shelley was often bullied for his sensitive disposition and his strong opposition to authority and organized religion. While at Eton, as we have learned so far, Percy Shelley was an extremely intelligent young man. At the age of 12, he began his studies at Eton College. Many people would comment on how intelligent he was. Although he was intelligent, Percy did not attend any of his lectures while at school. After his time at Eton, Percy began his studies at Oxford. While at Oxford, Percy was described as intelligent beyond his years. In his and the people around him mind, he was far ahead of his peers. He was an already published writer and an extremely intelligent student. He was not as interested in school as he was in writing and reading. All he cared about was writing his books and poetry. Percy's father was a rich man with connections. He used those connections to get his son far in life. He contacted a publisher and requested for them to indulge him in his printing freaks. This choice would cause many problems for Percy and his father. Percy would use this opportunity to voice his opinions on atheism and Christianity. While at Oxford, Percy met a man named Thomas Hogg. The two Oxford freshmen quickly became close friends. They would spend a lot of time together, writing, reading, and discussing what they thought of the world. They had a lot of things in common. Some people would say they had too much in common. The two liked to cause trouble. While at Oxford, the duo decided to use the publisher that Percy's dad found. They published 2 pieces. Both would end up getting them in trouble. The 2 pieces were called Necessity of Atheism and Posthumous Fragments of Margaret Nicholson. Atheism was already an extremely problematic topic to support publicly, but they also decided to write a piece with the name of the main character, the same as the woman who tried to take King George III's life. Writing those pieces is what caused both Percy and Thomas to get expelled from Oxford after only 2 semesters. What was the importance of Percy's relationships? What did they inspire within him, and why did they end? Harriet Westbrook, later known as Harriet Shelley. We don't know too much about Harriet's background. Most of the things recorded about her describe her marriage and Percy Shelley. What we do know is Harriet Westbrook was born on August 1st, 1795. At a young age, her father sent her to a girls' school so she could move up in the world. While attending that school, she met a young girl named Helen Shelley, and they became friends, which led to Harriet meeting 18-year-old Percy Shelley at the age of 15. Harriet and Percy hit it off almost immediately, and at the ages of 16 and 19 they ran away to be married. They were married in Scotland in 1811. Harriet's family was not happy with Harriet and Percy's marriage. They believed they were far too young to be married. Before the end of their marriage, Percy and Harriet had 2 children together, Eliza, born 1813 to 1876, and Charles, 1814 to 1826. Sadly, after only 2 years of marriage, the couple had hit hard times. Harriet had always been supportive of Percy's writing endeavors, but he had begun to stay away from home for long periods. Percy ended up leaving Harriet for a woman named Mary Godwin. After Harriet and their 2 children were left without a husband or father, Harriet fell into a depression that she couldn't get out of. In 1816, she left her children with her father and went missing for 6 weeks. It was later found that she was staying in a hotel under the name of Harriet Smith. After 6 weeks had passed, Harriet's body was found in the Serpentine River on December 10, 1816. When her body was found, it was obvious that she had been far into a pregnancy. It is not known if this child was the child of her estranged husband Percy Shelley or not. Her death was swept under the rug. She was buried under a false name, and any rumors of Percy being the cause were stopped. The quote I have highlighted on the top of this page is the note she left for Percy before she took her life. In the note she says, "Percy, I wish you all the happiness which you have deprived me of." Mary Godwin, later known as Mary Shelley. Mary Godwin, born August 30th, 1797, played a very important role in the life of Percy Shelley. Percy and Mary met in 1812. Percy was a fan of Mary's father, who was a radical political philosopher. They fell in love due to them believing they were intellectual soulmates. They began meeting each other secretly over the years and ran away to Europe when Mary was only 16 and Percy was 21. At this time, Percy was still married, and his relationship with Mary was looked down upon by everyone in their families, including Mary's father. Mary and Percy were married in 1816, after the death of Percy's first wife. At the time of his wife's death, Mary was already pregnant with the couple's second child. Percy and Mary's marriage would see plenty of hardship. They would go through financial problems and a lot of hatred from her father. Mary suffered child loss multiple times throughout their marriage. Mary and Percy ended up having only one child named Percy. The couple had their problems, but they loved each other very much. They faced every problem head on and together. Mary was an intelligent woman and a very skilled writer. These are some of the things that Percy was initially attracted to when he met Mary. Their marriage was difficult but full of love. Sadly, that love ended abruptly when Percy Shelley died due to drowning at the age of 29. Now we'd like to move on and talk about some of his significant works. I'm going to allow the audience to read these on their own. How did Percy B. Shelley die? What was his reputation after his death, and what is his impact on poetry today? Shelley passed away in 1822 from drowning. He was sailing off the Gulf of Spezia in Italy, and his boat ended up sinking due to poor seamanship from those aboard. The boat was found 10 miles offshore, and Shelley's body was found fully clothed and washed ashore. During his lifetime, his work initially neglected and didn't gain more acknowledgement until after his death. His widow, Mary Shelley, published a lot of his unpublished works after his death, which helped him become more known. More people read his books, and therefore he gained more recognition. His reputation fluctuated in the 20th century, but he has gained more popularity in recent decades from his poetry. He exemplified key themes of the English Romantic period. In short, Shelley was recognized as an exemplary example of the Romantic poet. His poetry helped pave the way of poetic expression for generations to come, and he continues to inspire writers today. According to Poetry Foundation, Shelley's embodied both of romanticism extremes, joyous ecstasy and brooding despair. Shelley focused on themes such as emotion, individual experience, imagination, and nature. His primary aim was to explore the natural world's beauty and the power of one's imagination. Shelley's works are a direct reflection of his life, ideas, and attitudes. He challenged societal norms and advocated for political and social reform, as well as overall human rights and equality. His poetry is viewed as aesthetic, as he mastered both form and rhythm. His work is known for its lyrical musicality and beauty, which was achieved through vivid language, imagery, and a powerful presence of emotion. Shelley was seen as a radical thinker, visionary, and revolutionary spirit. His work resonates with those who are seeking to challenge authority, as well as those seeking the beauty of the world and imagination. Ultimately, Shelley believed the power of poetry could awaken the human imagination and inspire positive change, promoting both moral and social improvement. And that's the end of our presentation. This was put together by Kylie, Rita, Bella, and Emily.